Thank you. Thank you. This marks a very, very great beginning for education being a component of rehabilitation in our institutions. Because it's one entry that never fails. We are investing in something that cannot be taken away from the boys, changing their mindsets. Thank you very much, Madam. Yes.
Okay, well, hold on.
These are mostly fiction, but when they're nonfiction, they're examples like how things work, pictures of different countries, but also games, because as you mentioned, many of these children have come from difficulty and they need to help their minds be able to learn. So these will open that door. And so a lot of the resources, and we will show you more, including the games, help their attention, their focus, their ability to persevere, and really dig into learning. So it opens that door. This is just the physical library, but what we'll also show you is we have a very, very large digital library of audio books and physical books that are thousands of books.
Yes.
And the nice thing about that is that that's easy. Yeah, you're there, of course. We're first runners.
Very nice, very nice. Us as well. Oh, this is very good. It sticks, eh? It's very pictorial.
Yeah.
Very pictorial. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think you'll see in a moment the digital resources are also very. On the computer, we have thousands and thousands of books, and also a curriculum for psychoeducational teaching. As you mentioned, the mental health issues are often significant with the boys or girls coming into these.
Hii ni hadithi ya Kiswahili.
So here's an example of an
Amin na mayai. Hapo zamani za kale, katika nchi ya Solaria, aliishi kijana mmoja aliyeitwa Amin. Alifanya kazi usiku na mchana ili kujikimu kimaisha. Amin alilima na kuvuna mashamba ya wakulima na kukamua mbuzi wao ili kupata ujira wa kila siku. Lakini Solaria ilikumbwa na ukame.
So they can just go and approach a book and have their own time with it, and then there'll be a teacher who can help them. Or if they're learning to read or they're learning English, it's a story or a movie. Or we play a game and they're learning all sorts of social emotional skills. So the idea is that it's not always. So we're hoping that giving them the chance to explore will create curiosity, and then curiosity will drive learning. So.
And part of it too is not just the resources, but also workshops and trainings with the staff. So they have new ideas for how to work with these children, because that will grow their skills.
Relationship and cooperation. We identify officers through your office who are able to come back and implement what they have seen, particularly in youthful offender rehabilitation, and he was one of them. So each of them is challenged, they come back with a work plan and we ensure that they implement it wherever they are. So he has not failed us in that direction.
I think you're creating your legacy, aren't you? Okay, that's great, that's great. This is for what?
Oh, Mark.
This is a dartboard game where you, with balls that stick to the numbers. But what it also does is it gives them some math skills. So if I hit 100 and then I hit 60, you say, how much is 100 minus 60? Very good. So a lot of the games are like this, where it's a game, so they have fun, but they're also learning things.
Excellent, excellent.
To me, and for my wife Leland, our interest in vulnerable children is that vulnerability comes from trauma. And children who have been traumatized feel unsafe. And if you feel unsafe, you can't learn. And so to me, the beauty of a place like this, I haven't yet visited your other facilities, is that you bring children who are vulnerable and who feel unsafe into an environment where they can feel safe and learn. What books do, and the library idea in many ways is my wife's idea, is that books open up a world of alternatives, of living a different life. Rather than continue down the path that you've had, what about something different? But we must recognize, as people working with children who have come into contact with the law, that in some ways, why they've done something against the law comes from childhood trauma. And if we think not what's wrong with you, but what happened to you, we will have a very different approach to helping. And so our hope is that libraries, workshops, and trainings can begin a real path of growth, not only for these children, but for all the people who work with them. If you don't feel healthy and safe, you also can't help them.
A library is more than a physical space. It is a sanctuary of learning, a quiet partner in self-discovery, and a bridge to new opportunities. For the boys housed in this facility, the books on these shelves represent second chances, chances to learn, to grow, to dream, and to rewrite their life stories. I commend the probation and aftercare services for this forward-thinking initiative. It aligns seamlessly with our broader national and institutional goals of implementing restorative justice, empowering young offenders, and reducing recidivism through proactive engagement.
So this is a wonderful day. And who best other than Dr. Mark and Dr. Lillian for making this happen, for showing us that we can correlate what we learn and what we actually give. But it also gives us an opportunity. The world is a global village. We have varieties there. Are we going to challenge ourselves that prisons officers can come here and share the facility? And we can also benefit from the promised workshops and learning environment for we are those who deliver the programs, that we will change one life at a time because we have launched this process.
That I'm very, very proud of this initiative, Dr. Mark and Dr. Lillian. And I'm hoping this is the beginning of a rollout and to all the probation hostels as well as the BIs. I think the BIs, some of the BIs I've seen they have a library where we could actually enhance and improve. And I think you to do well for you to work with them. And not only that, maybe after we move from the children and the young offenders, we can also go to the major prisons, particularly the main prisons where formal education is also carried out, because we are all agree, doubtlessly, that education is an equalizer. But the transformation can only work if we care. We need to care. We need to care for these offenders. We need to care for our jobs. We need to care that we are living a difference. We are making a difference. We need to care that we need to leave a legacy, all of us. You and I, let us ask ourselves, what legacy will you leave? What legacy will I leave? What footprints will you leave? What footprints will I leave? All of us can do something. We can improve.